Hello students, welcome you to the virtual classroom of computer for class 6. So I hope you have enjoyed your vacations. So as you all were waiting for your computer classes, so here it is. From today onwards, you will be having your computer classes also. So before moving further, let us have a quick view of what is the syllabus for this year. So as you can see, this year we are going to know about some computer memory, what are the types of memory inside the computer, then what are the different features of them. We will also read in detail about the MS Word, what are the different ways, how it is formatted, what is how the document can be converted into PDF or XPS format. So this will all be discussed in our MS Word chapter. Then how we can use mathematical functions, how you can use various functions inside your document. Clear? So this way you will be having a basic knowledge about the MS Word. Then we will read about the QBasic, which will be similar to the earlier uh, computer chapter, like logo if you have studied about, then this is similar to that. Then also we will read about MS Excel. MS Excel is used for the making different charts, worksheet and tables. So this you will read. Then there are some different formatting and worksheet in MS Excel which will be discussed. Clear? Then various formulas, how you can write the numbers, how if you drag a number like 2 and 4, you can make a table of that number only by dragging the column of that. So all these things we will be discussing in the MS Excel chapter. Then we will also read some features of the search engine and internet, and we will have an introduction of email, how you can write an email, what are the different formats, what are some protocols. Clear? Some email etiquettes. So this will all be discussed in the class 6. So moving further, if we see what is the first chapter, the first chapter is about the computer fundamentals. So in this chapter we will be going to read what is computer, then what is the benefits of computer, how the computer works, what are the different input, output and storage devices. So some of these you have already studied in the earlier classes very basically. In this chapter we will read all these things in quite detail. Clear? So let us start our first topic, that is about the computer. So today, in the age of electronic revolution, the computer has become an integral part of our life. We can say that computers have entered each and every walk of life, be at home, at work or at school. Most of our daily activities either involve the use of computer or depend upon the information derived from the computer. With a computer at home, you can check your bank account, pay bills, transfer funds, buy or sell products, evaluate financial plan, etc. So this way you can see that how the computer has become the part of our daily life. Everywhere we can see this at home. If you are using the computers for home, for reading, for watching movies, for playing games, then we can see them at the workplace. Suppose your family members, your elders are going to the office, there also they use the computer. Then obviously in the school you see the computers in the computer lab, in the classroom also you have Dell. So this computer is in the form of online teaching. This is right now, if you are watching this video using your mobile, then the computer technology is being used to teach you also. Clear? So this way how the computer is playing the important role in various walks of our life. Clear? Then in the banks or wherever we go, these computers are helpful for paying bills, then money transfer in the banks, or from home also. If you have online banking, you can transfer the money to some of your relatives, your friends. Clear? And as well as in the banks also, these transactions are done with the help of computers. Then online you can purchase and sell the items from various online e-commerce website. Then various financial plans can be evaluated using the computer. If you go to a grocery shop, a computer tracks your purchases and calculates the amount of money you owe. Whenever you go to purchase some items at a shopping complex or at a grocery store also, so it may have a computer, it have a barcode reader, whatever the items you purchase, it clicks and scans the item you have purchased, and after that you get a online receipt. He gives you a printed list where you have the details of all the items and what is the money you have to pay for the online shopping you have done. Clear? So this way the computer is helpful for doing the various complex and other tasks at different areas. The next is, many schools, colleges and homes have computer for educational purpose. Students complete assignments and do research on computer in computer labs. So as you all familiar about these computers for educational purpose, how they are used. Next is, computers have become a source of entertainment. So this is how, when you play games, watch movies, listen music on the website, on the YouTube, or you read a book or a magazine online. So this is all the entertainment use of the computers. So this is what you all doing in the vacations, and for this you also get scolded from your parents. So this is why we should limit our entertainment for a limited time period. So this way the computers are used for entertainment purpose, to book tickets, to plan a vacations and many other things similarly. Let us see next. People use computers as a source of communication. You can transmit voice, sound, video and graphics with today's technology. So whenever you use WhatsApp, Telegram and email services, so this way you use the computer for communication purpose. Clear? So these communication technologies also being taking the help of computers. So to be successful in this digital world, it has become essential that you must be computer literate. Being computer literate means you have the knowledge and understanding of computers and their uses. So in the today's era, when there is digital revolution, it is quite essential for us to become a computer literate and be familiar with the different computing technologies, how they are used, and to make our life easy in all the areas of life. So this is what we are also doing by studying the computer. Now moving further, what is computer? So as you all familiar, a computer is an electronic machine that works under instructions given by you. It can accept data. The data which is being given to the computer, this is called as input. Then manipulate the data according to the specific rules. This is called as processing. And the output which is obtained after the processing, this is called as output. So this is input which we give to the computer, then input is processed by the instructions which we give, then input process, and the output which we receive, this is the output. So this IPO is the cycle. Then this output may also be saved. So this saved data is called as storage. Clear? So this saved data is called as storage, which is here. Clear? So this IPO cycle, that is input, processing and output, is the 3 steps for computing our task and for saving the work which is completed as the output. Let us read further. The computer contains many electronic and mechanical components known as hardware. So all these computer, as you can see here, this computer has some physical components attached to it, like keyboard, mouse, monitor. So all these components which are electrical or mechanical, they are all the physical attached parts. So these are called as hardware. Clear? So by the name it is hardware, it means we are able to see and touch them. Then electronic components in computer process data using instructions, which are the steps that tells the computer how to perform a particular task. A collection of related instructions organized for a common purpose is referred to as computer or program. So what is software or a program? A software or a program is collection of related instructions organized for a common purpose. What does it mean? Suppose you are using any software like MS Word. So MS Word is used specifically for writing something, for formatting the word processing. Clear? So this word processing tool or program is example of a software. So MS Word is example of a software. Using software, you can complete a variety of activities such as search of information, type a letter, prepare a budget, create a presentation, or play a game. Clear? So by using these softwares, we can perform various operations like you can type a letter, you can prepare some game, you can play the game, you can prepare a PowerPoint presentation. So this is all the use of the different software. Now moving further, we will see what are the different terms which are related to the computer which we have studied recently. So let us see one by one what are the different terms. So first is data. So first is data. So what is data? Data is a collection of unorganized facts which may be word, numbers, images or sound. Clear? So computer manipulates and process data to create the information. Clear? So what does it mean? Suppose I am writing A, B, 1, 2, 3. So this is a unorganized data which is not any meaningful. Clear? So this type of information which may be collection of some word, some characters. Clear? It may also be some numbers or images or sounds also. So this is a form of data. When this data is given to the computer process and create the information. Suppose these similar types of data is being given, and suppose I am writing the marks of the students in an Excel sheet like 123, 145. Clear? So these type of information when written in an Excel sheet with the details like these are all the marks obtained by the students in a particular subject of a class. So then this information, then this piece of data will be called as information. Clear? So this is the difference between data and information. Data is a unorganized fact and information is the processed data. Clear? Which is meaningful. Now coming to the next, that is instruction. So what is instruction? Let us see. Instructions specify what must be done to the data. For example, printer, here it is given there are two electronic items and in front of them the numbers written, printers at 25 and monitors at 60. So this is a piece of data. We are not having any other information, only this thing is, if this thing is written like printer is equal to 25 and monitor is equal to 60, so then this information, then this piece of the written word is called as data. So this data must be added to get total number of these output devices. So when this is added, the numbers is added, then 25 plus 60 will become 85. So total number of printer plus monitors will become 85. Then this piece of written data will be called as instruction. Clear? So here you can see the difference. When it is only some word written with numbers without any other details, then this is a piece of data. Clear? And when this data is having some certain details which is meaningful, then this will be called as instruction. Clear? So this is the difference between data and instruction, that what we have to do, we have to perform the total operation on the data. So this is the instruction, that what operation we have to perform on the given data. Clear? Next is a collection of such logically related instruction is called a computer program. So all these instructions, if there are a collection of different instructions together, then this will be called as a program, a computer program or a software. Next is processing. So what is processing? Transformation of data into information is called as processing. As we have seen the IPO cycle, that the data which we give is in the form of data, then this is processed and changed into output. So the process of converting the data into information is called as processing. Clear? So the transformation of the data into information is called as processing. The next is information. Let us see what is information. So information is a processed data that is organized, meaningful and useful. So this is useful to the user in making decision. So what is information? The meaningful data which is obtained after the processing is called as information, as we have seen here in this case where it is meaningful. So this is information. Then the next term is user. So what is user? User is any person who is using the hardware or the computer. So the person who uses a computer is called as a user. So if you are using the computer, then you become a user. Next is hardware. So what is hardware? As we were discussing above, the physical components, the physical and mechanical components that are attached to the computer to make a computer function or work. So this is called as a hardware. You can see and touch the hardware. What are the different examples of hardware? Any external item which is attached to the computer, like keyboard, mouse. If you are using any microphone attached to your computer, so then any webcam, the camera attached to your computer or mobile, these all are called as the hardware devices which we can see and touch. The next is software. We'll see what is software. So software is a set of instructions organized for a common purpose that tells the computer hardware what to do and how to perform a particular job. So what is software? Software is some set of instructions which are organized for a common purpose. For example, MS Word. Everyone has used MS Word to write something on the computer. So MS Word is an example of software. MS Word is an example of software, as it is a instruction or a set of instructions which is used for writing something. Clear? So this is the meaning of software, that a collection of instructions organized for performing some task. Next we will see about network. So let us see what is network. So what is network? A network is a collection of computers and devices connected together via communication devices and transmission media. Clear? So what is network? When there are various computers together which are connected via some cable or wirelessly, in that way that they can transfer some data from one device to another. As you connect the mobile devices from Bluetooth, you transfer the data from one mobile to another by using various apps. So this is called as network, which makes the devices capable of transferring some data or information. So network allows computers to share resources such as hardware, software, data and information. Clear? So what is network? A network is a collection of computers and devices so that they can share the data or are able to communicate. Clear? I hope this is clear to you. Now next is internet. So what is internet? Everyone is using the internet, and I hope you will be familiar also that what is internet. So internet is a worldwide collection of network. Clear? that connects millions of business firms, government agencies, educational institution and individual. So what was a network? Network was a collection of some devices so that they can communicate and transfer the data. What is internet? Internet is a very large group of network which is having millions and billions of computers which are located at far away places. So suppose you are transferring some file and you are communicating with someone who is sitting in some other continent like Africa or USA. So from there, if you are able to transfer the data, it is why happening? Because with the help of internet. So internet makes us capable of transferring some data from faraway places with the help of network. So internet is a worldwide network which is having the collection of millions of devices, firms and different agencies. Clear? I hope this is clear to you that what is the network and what is internet. Now we will see further. So we'll see now what are the benefits of using a computer. Before this we have seen what are the different terms, what is data, information and processing. Now we will see what are the different benefits of using a computer. So let us read. A computer is a powerful and useful device which works very fast. It also helps you to learn new techniques and skills that are an important part of our today's digital world. Let us see one by one what are the different benefits of using computer. First is speed. So how the speed is important for the computer? A computer allows you to perform many tasks very fast, so it can process a large amount of data very quickly. So as you use the computer, you know that the computer work very fastly and you can do the calculation and various other complex operations with the help of computer very quickly. So this is how the computer's speed matters and it works very fastly. Next is quality. Let us see quality. A computer enables you to increase the high quality documents and drawing. So the quality by the help of computer is enhanced and it gives you the very better result using the computers. Next is reliability. So what is reliability? A computer is reliable and accurate. A computer never makes mistakes by itself. So if you are giving the instructions correctly, then the computer will also give you the correct result. So this is what called as reliable and accuracy of the computer. The next feature is storage capacity. So what is storage capacity? A computer can store enormous amount of data and make this data available for processing at any point of time when it is needed. Clear? So this is called as storage capacity. So if you are using the computer, if you're getting the output and if you want to save that data, then this facility of saving the data for longer period of time so that you can get it back when you require. So this feature is called as storage capacity of the computer. Next term is versatility. Let us see. A computer can perform repetitive jobs efficiently. It can work in the areas where the human brains cannot manage. Clear? So suppose if you take example that if there is some Olympic game and there is a shooting uh, mm, taking place where a shooter is uh, firing a bullet using his rifle. So the speed of that bullet can be correctly calculated using the computer and various image processing softwares. So this is how the computer is very versatile and can perform the task in different areas and very accurately. So this is how the computer is also a versatile device. Clear? So I hope these all features are clear to you, that is speed, quality, reliability, storage capacity and versatility. Now next, coming to the next topic, that is what we can do with the help of computer. Let us see. A computer is an electronic device which can do many things. You can use a computer for creating documents, working with numbers, teaching, chatting, designing, building clothes and other things, playing games. So these are the different uses of computer, how the computer is used in different areas. So as you can use the computer to write the documents, we can use the computer to work on numbers for performing some calculations. Then for teaching purpose, as we are using right now, we can use the computer for communication, to chat, then sending email. So these are all the areas. Then in the different forms where the manufacturing is done, for creating some garments, clothes and various other items are manufactured using the help of computers. As you play the online games using some different software, so these are also the use of computer. Then in various scientific and research areas, the computers are used for time management, for different if you take the example of any rocket launching or any satellites when they are launched from the space stations, so all that time, the time is very important and every fraction of second is being calculated, and these are all managed by various mainframe and supercomputers. So all that thing are managed by the use of computer. Then computer are helpful for learning new things. We can learn, we can research, we can take the help of internet. So this way the learning process is done by computer. When you purchase online using various online websites for e-commerce like Amazon, then Flipkart, so all these are helpful for buying and selling products. Then for entertainment purpose, we use for watching videos on YouTube, on various movies. Then OTT platforms where you can watch the TV series, different other online movies. So these are all examples of entertainment purpose of the computer. Then for communication, we can use the video conferencing and online chat. So this way the computers are useful for the communication purpose also. Now coming to the next, that is how a computer works. So before this, as we have read about the data processing and output, so here it is explained with the help of a diagram. So a computer works very fast and accurately. A computer does four main jobs. It inputs data, processes it, displays the output from the data as information, and finally store it. Let us see what is the different step as we have studied. Suppose we are giving these numbers 5 and 3 to add. So this we are giving with the help of keyboard. Using the keyboard you are typing these numbers, that 5 plus 3. So this acts as a input. Clear? So all the instructions which we give with the help of input devices are called as inputting the data. Then this becomes the data. Why this is data? Because this is not meaningful and this is raw, this is unprocessed. Clear? Then the processing will be done with the help of processor. So in the processing process, this 5 and 3 will be added. So this addition process will be done by the processor. For example, in the computers, as you see, it is written i3, i5, i7. So these are the name of the processors inside the computer. So clear? So this addition process is called as processing. Then this processing converts this data into information. Clear? Now you can see this information is shown to us as the output. So 5 plus 3 will be given as the output 8 with the help of any output device. So here you can see the monitor is an example of output device. Clear? So here you can see the input, process and output cycle, that is IPO, the IPO cycle which we have discussed initially in the chapter. Clear? This IPO cycle, after the output, this data can be stored in the hard disk in the form of storage. Clear? So this way you are able to see in this diagram that how input, process, output and storage is being done with the help of computer. I hope this is very much clear to you by this diagram. Now coming to the next, that is input, process, output and storage. The same thing which we have discussed right now, this is explained in the form of input, process and output. So by the name itself we have seen that input is the instructions which is entered in the computer, so that is called as input. Clear? Then what is input device? The device through which we give the instruction. The examples are keyboard, mouse and scanner. Then what is process? The process is the processor, that is CPU also called, that is the central processing unit. This is the device which is used for the processing the data. So what is processing? It is the treating the data according to the instruction and which change this instruction to information. Clear? So if we are adding any two numbers 4 and 7, so this addition will be done with the help of processor and the output or the information is 11. Now what is output? Output is the processed data which is obtained in the form of information after the processing. So this useful form of data which we receive as after processing is called as output device, and this is displayed with the help of output devices. Clear? As we have seen above, the different output devices are monitor, printer, speaker. Clear? So these are all the example of output devices where we receive the output. And what is storage? All the processed data which we receive as the output, they can be stored in the computer for future use using different storage devices like CD-ROM, DVD-ROM, pen drive. Clear? So these are all example of storage devices. So this is all for today, and as a homework you can make this the diagram of input, process and output cycle and write two examples each of input, process, output and storage devices in your notebook also. Till then, keep learning and enjoying, and if you are facing any difficulty and any confusion, be ready with your questions in the next online session which we will have. Till then, do the homework and read the chapter in detail. Thank you, class.